Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dr. Spack from One Saints Fan Opinion. I am here today getting ready to talk to you guys about the upcoming season. Actually, I think we're officially one cool day away from the Saints reporting to training camp at Greenbrier in West Virginia. I really wanted to go. I mean, of course, all fans want to go, and I really want to go to the black and gold scrimmage. I know everybody thinks about it. At least it at least crosses your mind. If I can go to the black and gold scrimmage, at least I get a first taste of what my Saints would look like. And honestly, if the black and gold scrimmage were held in Louisiana, I'd be there because my sister just so happened to be graduated from LSU. Shout out to her, Ayokia. She is getting out of LSU actually on August 7th, the same exact day. Actually, is at the same exact time as the black and gold scrimmage. So you want to talk about somebody who's going to have a bittersweet day? I was actually going to make the trip, but now I'm not going to make the trip because I'm going to Louisiana to be with my sister during that time. So anyway, shout out to her. Now, I wanted to get into some stuff before we go in. I know last time I made a what am I excited about video, and I talked about, the things that I was excited about leading into training camp. And I mentioned Brandon Coleman. I mentioned Shantavius Jones. I talked about a lot of the new additions, C.J. Spiller, Brandon Cooks. I talked about things like that. And defensively, I touched on a few things, but I didn't really get into everything that I was super excited about defensively. I talked about who I wasn't excited about, Brandon Browner. And I haven't changed my tune on that just yet. I haven't. But another person that I am excited about from the same position, right? From the cornerback position, who I'm geeked about seeing this year is one Delvin Breaux, right? And I know a lot of fans are just like me, where they feel super excited about Breaux. The reason we're so excited, I mean, he's a hometown kid. That's always awesome. He went over to Canada, did his thing, you know what I mean? And had a chance to come back and work out for a bunch of NFL teams. The Saints gave him a call. According to him, he gave him a call while he was working out with the Bucks. And my dude immediately came to New Orleans, man. He said that Sean Payton didn't want him to leave until it was time. And I'm getting all this from Bleacher Report. So if you don't have BleacherReport.com, you need to hop on BleacherReport.com, real talk. That's a really good site. Anyway, he said he was super geeked about kind of what was going on. And I mean, he's super geeked about coming to the Saints. And he said his goal is to start one day. Now, here's the question. Can he start for this team? Let's ask the question. Let's get into it. So, we currently have Keenan Lewis, who's a lockdown corner on one side of the field. He's not a shutdown. He's a lockdown. It's kind of different because you can throw to his side, right? But he will be there. You know what I mean? He'll be around. And he's normally going to knock the ball down, right? But you won't always pay for it in an interception or pick six, right? So he'll be around all the time. And he may even get caught on. He may get beat on a play, but he'll be there. You know what I mean? And a lot of times he's gonna have a pass deflection, and which is pretty much his big deal. If he could catch a little bit better, and there was a threat that he would take it to the house on you, he would be more of a shutdown cornerback. Anyway, he's on that side, and he controls one side of the field, right? At least as far as the starting position. The thing is that if you've been watching Keenan Lewis, every single game, you're kind of iffy. Is he going to make it? Well, not every single game, every big game, he gets hurt for some reason. He's playing with this, giving it his absolute all, and we love him, but he gets hurt at least, in one big game. I mean, at least once a big game, right? And so the last time it was during the Philadelphia game, I remember in the playoffs he got hurt. The last game, I know he got hurt in a critical game last year against Atlanta. He gets hurt. And so when Keenan Lewis gets hurt and he kind of, goes away for a second, then we were exposed. I mean, we were already being exposed on one side of the field. Now it was just a free day. You could do whatever you want against our secondary. And that's not always cool. Let me come down a little bit. All right, whatever, y'all. It's the sun. So what you don't want is there to be a situation where you don't feel like you're secure on one side of the field, I feel like, you know, he's going to be good and he'll be there. He may get hurt again. He's a long, you know, tall, lanky cornerback, and that's kind of what it is. But either way, so you have him on one side of the field. On the other side of the field, you have Brandon Browner. For right now, I'm just going to pencil him in as a starter, which I'm sure Rob Ryan has already done. Brandon Browner will be our other cornerback on the other side of the field. He's 6'4". You already know kind of, you know, what his resume is like. I talked about it in the past. He's going to be there. And now let's talk about this nickel spot, because the nickel spot is where possibly Delvin Breaux can get in. Now, here's the thing. We all know that Delvin Breaux started off really cool. He started off well. Then, he was having a great mini camp, you know what I mean? And then he got hurt, just kind of mysteriously. He actually supplanted who I'm going to talk about in just 1 second. Give me a second, because I'm going to get into one person I am super scared about. So this is going to be monumental, whatever, yo. So either way, so at the slot cornerback position, right? That's where that's at the nickel spot. That's where you had Delvin Breaux. Delvin Breaux actually became a starter, just kind of, you know, for minicamp, he was a starter at the nickel spot. He was having such a great, you know, camp that he was, you know, starting there. Then he got hurt. And once he went out again, that's when somebody else came in again. And the guy who I'm referring to is Kyle Wilson. Now, let me tell you something. When that guy was coming out of college, he was in the same draft as the last guy we got. I was actually pretty excited about him going to the Jets. I mean, I was thinking, I don't know, the way people were talking about him, he's such a smart corner, he's so instinctive, he's this, he's that. They were building him up. I actually, and forgive my ignorance, and forgive me for believing the hype, I thought he was like the next little Darrelle Revis. I'm like, oh snap, it's a little Revis, yo. He's coming over, he's gonna be shutting it down. I mean, he's not super quick, he's not super fast, but he's nice, yo. I thought he was gonna be a beast. And then I was like, you know, I didn't really see the production. I didn't really see things I wanted to see from him on the field. I wasn't watching that closely, but, you know, when people are really good, you hear about him, at least in the top 100 at the end of the season, but I didn't hear anything about him. Then we got him. Then I start reading and start looking up some stuff. And Jets fans weren't necessarily excited about Kyle Wilson. They hated Wilson. They hated him. And 2 days into minicamp, Shantavius Jones and Brandon Coleman are having a field day on him. And now I'm like, oh, snap, I get why you don't like him. You probably don't like him because him not that good, right? And so I don't know yet. Let me just say this, because he did have this stretch where he was improving. So did Patrick Robinson have a stretch where he was improving. But I don't want that. I don't know if I want the slot corner who's improving and getting better, you know, from that spot. If you look at some stats, he has some impressive stats, I guess, from a slot position. But I was not, I'm just not excited about that. I don't want the guy who's been abused, right? And so, I don't feel like he's going to win that starting spot in camp. If he lost it in minicamp, I'm pretty sure he may lose it also in training camp. So I don't think that's going to be our situation going in. But if Delvin Breaux has the possibility of, like, if he's, I don't know if he's fragile yet, but I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't come in like kind of hurt. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt during the season. We may be up for some Kyle Wilson type problems, you know what I mean? And just go back in your mind, Saints fans. I mean, remember Highway 22? I think it was Fred Thomas, right? We had him. We had that other guy that we got from the Colts. That guy was horrible. I mean, you remember this stuff. You remember it, and it hurts just to kind of think about what could possibly be. Either way, man, I think Delvin Breaux mans that third corner spot. I think he gets it. I think he wins it in camp. And if he wins it in camp, you know, we don't know what it's going to look like, but at least we have somebody from that spot who we're excited about and who we think that we want to see. Let me also say this. Sean initially said, and I'm saying Sean Payton here, Sean Payton initially said that we see him more as an outside cornerback. So is he going to be an outside corner like later on? I mean, Browner is kind of getting up in age. He's like 31. We still signed him for, you know, for a little stretch of time here. But is he the one who moves to the outside cornerback spot? Is he going to be that guy? We don't know. We don't know. So, golly, I'm already at 9 minutes. Golly, I'll be talking. Anyway, so I'm excited about the cornerback position because of those guys. Now let's talk about just, for like 1 minute here. Let's talk about P.J. Williams. I'm not excited about P.J. Williams. I'm not excited because Sean hasn't made me excited yet. So when we mention these new cornerbacks, he doesn't talk about P.J. Williams, and God forbid he talks about the other 6'4" cornerback we got. And I can't even remember his name right now. Somebody's gonna hit me in the comments and say, tell me what his name is. But there's another 6'4" cornerback we drafted just like 2 years ago, right? And we're expecting big things from him, right? But we're no longer expecting big things from him. Sean's not even talking about him in interviews. When he talks about these new cornerbacks, he quickly brings up Delvin Breaux, right? But he's not talking about P.J. Williams. So I don't know if I should be thinking about P.J. Williams. The other cornerback that we got from Georgia, right? Who has a really cool name, and I can't remember it right now. It's weird. Hopefully these guys become household names. That way I won't forget as a fan who this guy is. He has a cool name too. Anyway, so but I feel that what we're gonna do is we're gonna start Brandon Browner. We're gonna start Delvin Breaux at the slot and at the slot corner, and then we're gonna start Keenan Lewis on the outside, which makes for a pretty formidable cornerback unit. I think our DB unit is gonna be pretty good. What I'm excited about my safeties a little bit too. The safety that I really love, he slips my mind, is white guy from Alabama. Golly, I need to start taking notes before I do this, but I'm excited about that guy too. So anyway, I'm just saying that, man. I know everybody wants to talk about Delvin Breaux. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. Not only does he start, but I believe that Delvin Breaux makes the Pro Bowl. I said it. I mean it. I said it. He's gonna make the Pro Bowl, and I think he and what slot cornerback makes the Pro Bowl, right? I don't know. I think this kid makes the Pro Bowl. I didn't say which year though. So anyway, man, check me out. This is just one Saints fan's opinion. I'm super geeked about him. And that's it, man. This is Dr. Spack with one Saints fan's opinion. I'm gonna give you more opinions kind of as I go along. I'm gonna stop shooting these from my car too. I don't know if I like this as much. It's not as fun anymore. It's kind of dangerous now. But whatever. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. One.